What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Talk with three dudes. Yes, I know. I kind of like stuttered on the
You
beginning because I was like, wait, what's going on?
Because you've been fucking around this whole time.
Those claps threw you off.
Yeah.
That was funny.
See? That was your fault.
This whole time before we started, he was like, "Ready? 3, 2, 1." Oh, who is that? Who is that? Eddie.
Get one guess.
It was Eddie. Yeah.
No!
See, now you get to hear it twice.
That's what happens when you don't pay attention, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome. It's
Yeah.
Friday. Probably payday
Friday
for some of you,
night.
right? No,
And
that's
it
23rd.
feels
No?
all right.
No.
9 o'clock. And it's great. We're having Glenlivet today.
Yeah. We're
Is it
living it
Glenlivet?
today. Ah!
Glenlivet. Livet?
Live it.
I don't know. Comment.
fullest.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. But it's, I call it Glenlivet. I've always known it as that. So,
It's Tony Soprano's drink of choice.
yeah, except he used to fucking drink it with a whole bunch of ice.
Yeah.
Well, we don't-
Which is
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Because,
Well-
I mean, I think this is easy to drink on its own. It's 40 proof, so it's not overly strong. And for a scotch, it's
80 proof,
easy to
isn't
drink.
it? 40
Yeah,
proof or 80 proof?
80 proof.
Okay.
Oh,
So
it's
it's yeah, so it's easy to drink for a scotch. Not overly complex, not really smoky.
No?
I don't know. It's a good one, I think. If you want to try a scotch. Now this one or what was the other one we had?
The
I think
other
it was
Scotch one?
McKellen? No?
No,
No.
definitely not. We
Oh.
haven't tried any
It
Macallan.
was.
It was the one with the fish. I
Yeah.
remember the fish on it.
Yeah, it's kind of a flask shaped bottle.
Singleton.
Yeah.
It was Singleton.
Ah.
So
And that was also a 12-year.
which one do you guys prefer?
I need to do a comparison, but right now,
Well,
from
I'm
what
good
I
right
remember, what?
now. No, I said I'm good right now with them.
No,
This is-
we're out of the other one, I
Oh.
think.
I think the other one was a bit sweeter.
Yeah.
Um,
I did like Singleton a little
had
bit.
more of the sherry notes in it.
I know. I know. I like that
But
one.
this one didn't have no cherry in it, did it?
No.
Oh, no.
It has like some orchard fruit type taste.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Eddie's doing a drug deal. That's why he's looking. He's
Yeah.
looking for his-
Yeah, he's
Oh,
trying to sell
commercial.
drugs.
Not
Yeah.
really trying to sell drugs. But
He's selling drugs.
That's an exchange going on.
and this is the space side. The Glenlivet's the space side.
Yeah. So typically more on the easier to drink side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mash bill is 100% malted barley. The cask is ex bourbon and ex sherry cask, aged 12 years, as it says on the label. The price says approximately 28, so it's not a lot.
No.
Right?
No.
Now I'm looking at the whiskeyjug.com review, and on the eye it says dark copper with medium legs. I honestly don't know what medium legs means,
Well, I could see. Well,
I don't even see the dark copper part. Honestly, this is
Well,
more
there's the
like
legs
a
right there.
this is more like a straw color to me. Like
Yeah.
more, it's more. I mean, they don't maybe like a slightly dehydrated urine.
but yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
there
it's
you
more
go.
yellow. It's not.
Well, there's the legs right there. See how the legs are all skinny?
Yeah, yeah. No, that is
They-
that is what it's called.
What's
they skipped leg day.
Yeah.
Oh.
See? Oh, here, let me see.
Can you see it? Can you see it? Man?
You can. Oh yeah, you can see it.
Oh, nice,
It's,
nice. You
watch
can
out.
see it there. So those are legs, huh? Eddie, you got it right. Look at you.
Yeah, so it's
I know a little bit of something.
Yeah, nice, man.
yeah. You learned something when you went wine tasting,
Yeah,
other
I
than how
did.
to drink wine.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. But I don't. It's. I mean, I like it. For
It's good.
a scotch, it's not very intimidating if you typically drink bourbons. I think this is an easy
No.
one to kind of get into.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's actually a good one just to start off with.
Not overly. Again, like we mentioned, it's not overly complex. I mean, overall, it's good. There's a bit of smoke there, but not a whole lot.
It's
And
very
It's
not-
kind of light. Yeah.
and it's not like, yeah,
It does have like a little long, but not long bad finish. It's just.
it sticks around, but it's pretty sweet. Like it's not, it's again, easy to drink. I like it.
Ooh.
This you'll
Hold it in your mouth for 12 seconds.
probably find you'll probably find it often at bars like that don't typically specialize in like whiskeys. Maybe they'll just be like crappy bars, but they'll probably have this.
So remember when we went to do that whiskey tasting, and the lady said, hold it in your mouth for
every year.
however-
Yeah.
for every year or 1 second. It's actually pretty good. When you hold it in there, it's
It gets a lot sweeter.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
on the nose, it says very light nose with malt and vanilla, making up the core of the aroma. Hints of light orchard fruit, citrus, honey, graham crackers, and sweet strawberry. Like sweetness make up the rest. So that's the nose. On the palate, it's very light flavored whiskey, malt, and vanilla.
Special effects.
Let's see, some grassy notes, honey, red licorice, and some light orchard fruits. And on the finish, wood. I do get the wood
got the
taste,
wood, too.
malt,
You do get the wood.
and an ambiguous sweetness. Hang around for a long time. I do like the finish. I like the way it lingers.
Yeah, yeah. For being fairly low priced, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I would definitely pick up a bottle of this before I picked up a bottle of Screwball. That's for fucking
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Last week was a challenge though in itself.
that was bad.
We didn't even finish the. Yeah, no.
I don't even think I finished my first glass. Like I didn't even finish my first pour.
No, I didn't. I started drinking the water.
Yeah, it was that bad.
I burped and I got the taste and I was like, that's just not good.
Ugh.
Not good at all.
No,
Yeah, but that thing lingered like it was thick, like peanut butter.
not not in a good way.
No.
Not the good kind. We're trying to. So Eddie asked me, he's like, so what are we gonna do with the bottle? What do you guys think we should do with the bottle?
Yeah.
I mean, we do
I
have.
think we should hold on to it for people that are curious about it. I mean, if they ever want to try
If they
it.
ever bring it up or something, I'm like, yeah, here, try this.
Yeah,
Like if they're like, oh, was it really that bad? And they try to like, oh,
Yeah.
well, you know, people are.
Well, no,
they
they'll
have
probably be
their
like, oh,
opinions.
this is delicious.
Yeah,
somebody might like it. I don't.
And then they become psychopaths. But you know, whatever. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. I mean, you can like it, but you're wrong. There's no two ways about it.
You're wrong.
Ugh, this stuff is bad.
So I guess week go.
the week was good. I've been very swamped at work. Super busy. But you know, staying busy is always nice. So it makes your day fly by.
Yeah.
that's true.
There's been a couple of days where I look at my watch. I'm like, fuck, it's already 5:30.
That's true.
Supposed to do way more. And then you're like, wow. And then more shit gets piled up on
And
top
then
of
you
that
just-
for the
yeah.
next day.
And then you get more stuff on your desk, and you're like,
No more.
Please, no!
Yeah.
No!
Michael Scott got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, no, today I was kind of slow, so I kind of like bask in the being in slow. So what I did,
Yeah.
I was doing some emails. I was falling asleep when I was doing emails.
well, dude,
I've
you're-
had
I was
those
like this.
days.
I was like, oh god. I was like,
I've had those days before, man, where you're like, fuck, like just trying to find something to do so it doesn't look like you're fucking off the whole time.
yeah,
But I mean, I didn't feel too bad. They had a ping pong tournament at work today,
that's tight.
and it lasted like 2 days. And like for both days, people were fucking off for like an entire hour and a half. I'm like, so does this mean that like since I actually stayed at my desk and did work, I get to leave 3 hours early? But no, it did not mean that. Sadly,
makes sense that there was a ping pong tournament at your work. It's a Chinese-owned
Yeah.
company, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no about
They're big on ping pong.
yeah, they
oh
are.
yeah, yeah,
Forrest Gump will show you that.
yeah.
Speaking of China, there are whole riots over there, man. It's pretty
Still,
wild.
yeah. I haven't kept up with it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been going on for a while. I mean,
It's pretty much the same thing here, right? I mean, you got masked people trying to suppress the speech of, people holding up the American flag, right? And
well, yeah, except over there they're waving the American flag and not communist flags.
right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, like the masked people are taking
Yeah,
those flags
yeah,
away.
of course, yeah,
And yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
yeah, it's crazy.
And some people are like, oh, the Chinese are stupid for doing that. They don't know what they're talking about. It's like, really?
Yeah.
As you sit at home tweeting this from your $2,000 phone,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
the
Yeah.
privilege is real.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like you see signs of people, saying like, "Yeah, this is why we wish we had the Second Amendment" and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for all the shit that people talk here about being oppressed, about it's all made up hardship. Like it's not actual fucking oppression. Like if you look a lot around the world, like you see a lot more of it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that a lot of people haven't left. I mean, even the county they grew up in, but they want to comment on shit that goes on around the world. That
It's the oppression
is
Olympics.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it is nice. Like think about it. Like it's you're so unoppressed that you have to make up shit that you're oppressed over. Like
Yeah.
that's how non-oppressed you are.
Did you guys watch the video of the Democratic Socialist convention?
Personal point of privilege. I
Yeah.
did.
That was
And because you said, guys, please do not use gendered language.
cringe. Like they could not get through like even just voting over one issue. Like it was constantly
around.
stopping and like no, I need to make a point of privilege. Like, can you guys stop like speaking and whispering because I have really bad ADHD and it really affects me and I can't pay attention. Stop waving the flags or your banners because it's really distracting to me.
This is how they clapped.
Oh yeah,
This is the.
What the fuck?
you didn't watch it, Eddie?
It
Well,
was-
I watched the one that the CNN one.
CNN one.
Yeah, when he was one of the leaders in Portland. Or
Oh no,
Washington.
that was a Proud Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are the dogs still out there?
No,
Open that door.
I know. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was
it's,
just being
it's getting a
lazy.
little warm in here, and I'm wearing pants today, by the way.
Oh, you didn't get the memo.
You didn't get the memo. We were actually wearing pants.
Yeah, it was pants day today, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
There you go.
It'll feel better in a little
I
bit.
can breathe. No, this Democratic Socialist convention thing. So it's very interesting to watch. And but they just couldn't get through anything. Really.
No.
They
Oh,
couldn't
man, I
get
wish I
anything
would have
done.
watched it. That actually would have been kind of.
The videos are out there. Like this person. I guess I don't know what gender they were. I can assume, but that would be terrible. Somebody said you guys, and then like you see him like freak the fuck out.
Yeah, he's
he
like,
wants to like tell him like, and then he stands up and says, "Don't use gendered language," because said guys. Like
So you can't use dude.
Probably not.
you should be able to.
But
I argue that dude is gender neutral.
exactly. Yeah,
Dude.
Call it dude. You know, you call a girl dude.
Yeah.
Call a toaster a dude.
That's true, dude.
Go to the toaster, and it burns your toast. You're like, fuck, dude.
You're messing up, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
What the fuck, dude?
Dude, this shit's delicious.
Yeah.
It says good. Too bad you got to work tomorrow, man.
Mm-hmm.
So back to that video about the Proud Boys thing. So yeah, I guess they just showed up to Portland.
Oh yeah.
Did their thing. They didn't really start stuff, and then they just took off. They did have a little scuffle with some of the Antifa members. There was a hammer involved, but it's not clear. I think
They're not
the
violent.
yeah, I think the Proud Boys had the hammer first though, and then it dropped, and then one of the Antifa members picked it up. I don't know. I don't know who had the hammer first, but there was a hammer involved.
It was definitely hammer time.
It was hammer time. They got hammered.
They got the
Yeah.
fierro.
They did, and they
Yeah.
took off, and then they kept on rioting. Of course,
and they started beating random. They started beating up random people.
they did, and
What?
Antifa, yeah, and then yeah, even people that weren't even involved in anything, they were just walking by.
Yeah.
Didn't some dude walking with his girlfriend get knocked out or something like that?
Yeah.
There was
I don't know if you guys saw there was a feminist protest in Mexico.
no.
Did you ever see that? Oh, there was one where like there was a feminist protest and that the reporter was just covering it, and they started throwing shit at him. Like they were like, and then some dude just walked by and just sucker punched him and knocked him out.
yeah, he was just reporting.
Yeah.
He had no.
He had literally no opinion. He was just like, "Hey, we're out here reporting, and
No dog
some
in the
people
fight.
like this is how they're behaving because they're upset." Like he was just reporting it, literally not like saying I don't like this or like making any sort of point.
Mhm.
Just out there like reporting it, and then some dude just walked by and punched him, fucking knocked him
Oh, hi,
out.
Mark.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, I did see that video. Now
That
that
was
bring it up.
crazy.
Well, in that Portland one, the Antifa / a Proud Boy thing, some dude almost got stabbed. Apparently, it was some Marine dude. I guess he was known for being a patriot, or whatever. He was just, because Antifa was blocking the traffic, and there was this girl in a Prius stuck like in the middle of the big old crowd, like not knowing what to do. Just like, what the heck do I do? And he was just in his bicycle behind her and stuff, like just sitting there, not saying anything, not doing anything, and people are pointing at him, like, hey, like this guy, like, dude, just
It's a
stand there.
guy on a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a guy on the bike. I guess they recognize him or whatever because he's outspoken about being a patriot. So anyway, so they clear the path for the girl to drive off. Then he just, gets out on his bike to ride off, and then one of the members steps in front of him, blocks his way, and then they go behind this bike and block his way there, and then he kick his bike, and he's just walking away, not doing anything. He's like, I'm just gonna walk away from this crap. And some other dude straight up pulled out a shank. Like when he wasn't looking, he was walking away and came up behind him, and he has a shank. And this dude that he has a YouTube channel, he saw it and he stopped him. He's like, dude, like, what are you doing? And like, luckily he stopped the dude
Damn,
from
that's
stabbing that
crazy.
Marine or whatnot.
That would have been like,
Wow.
you know, the backlash.
TDS is real, man.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty
That's
crazy.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, our favorite, one of our favorite socialists, again, came out and said that the Electoral College should be abolished because it is racist.
Ooh, wonder who.
One guess, she's really dumb.
No, I think I know who.
Spell red.
Ah,
LSTER.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and what is she making fun of? Like, she's like driving through some rural area. I don't know if it was like in like Montana, somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And she was like, "So this is I'm out here in the Electoral College, you know. This is the Electoral College." It's like,
what?
you know, that's not a real place. Not saying. I know she's trying to troll, but like she doesn't understand. Like their votes need to. So if we get rid of the Electoral College, that means mostly New York and Los Angeles will be deciding what the rest of the country's gonna.
Here's an even better example for you. In the state of California, during the primaries, like, you know, they're not really elections that people go to. A lot of them, unless they're like, they really keep up with politics and like pay attention to what's going on. In California, they have the whole system of like, you know, top 2 or top 3 candidates or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they move on to, you know, the actual elections. So that, you know, in essence, like for instance, when during one of the primaries is when they passed the Prop 47, which was the Safe Schools and Neighborhoods Act, which decriminalized a lot of things. And I think since then this is the one where it's like, oh, if somebody broke into your house or theft under $900 was considered a misdemeanor. Something dumb like that. But it's like, and it allowed for a lot of, you know, decriminalization of a lot of things. And it was funny because I looked at it and I looked specifically for that one. And for San Bernardino County, like pretty much voted the exact opposite of what LA County did. But because there's a lot more people in LA County and the Bay Area, like California, the politicians basically, you know, on the not necessarily the local level, but maybe like on the higher levels, you know, they're pretty much picked by, you know, LA County and the Bay Area. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, you have a situation where, like, during the drought, you know, they're just like, oh, well, you know, certain areas, like, well, now you guys don't get water. Maybe forget that you guys are agricultural areas. But the water's not going to go towards you. It's going to get rerouted and just go to Los Angeles or, you know. So it's stuff like that they want to do in a bigger scale. It's ridiculous. I mean, the fact that they want, and this is why, like, just because of the way that the current representation is within California's government. We're not even talking about at the federal level. We're just talking about at the state level. Because it is the way that it is, that's why there's such a thing as, you know, people pushing for the state of Jefferson. You know, that's why that movement exists. Is
The state of Jefferson, that's what it's going to be called?
Yeah, so the state of Jefferson is an area towards Northern California that actually encompasses like kind of by the Oregon border, kind of goes up a little bit from Oregon and comes down.
Yeah.
But it's
it's going down. Sorry.
drugs. But that's kind of like the area where a lot of people feel like they're not being represented. And it's why the ballot measure was actually made to split California into a number of states.
Yeah.
I want to say it was 6 states. Because I mean, you have areas like I mean, next time you're curious, next time there's a primary election, and there's like certain propositions or certain politicians, just watch. You can compare the election results between like how many voted, between your county and LA County, and just look at that and then think like, oh, like are we really being represented here?
Yeah.
Not just necessarily because I disagree with it, because I did, but in a lot of ways, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that you have state government that doesn't understand the entire that the state is more than just California and that the state is more than just Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Right. And speaking of our favorite communist here, she just tweeted, I see Fox News is big mad about abolishing the electoral college. Let's talk about it. If the GOP were the silent majority they claim, they wouldn't be so scared of a popular vote.
They're still there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're still salty about the whole. Hillary lost, so that she supposedly won the popular vote, but lost the electoral vote, which is the one that really counts.
Right.
This is why so people will say, "Oh, we live in a democracy." It's no, we don't live in a democracy. We live in a representative republic, and that's the difference. Pure democracy is two wolves and a sheep getting to vote what's for dinner. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that just because a candidate wins the popular vote, like there's a lot of states that, I mean,
it's very nuanced, right? It's not just black and white.
No, and that's why they want to simplify it, and that's why they want to. Okay, so they want, not only do they want to simplify it. So first, it's let's get rid of the electoral college, and then it's going to be let 16-year-olds vote,
and open borders, and all they're just going to vote for the people that get the free stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Which will drive us down and bring this whole place down, because because that's a smart thing to do. That's what communists do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. I mean, it's
scary times.
It's ridiculous. There's an article floating around. I think you're the one that sent it. Of the reporter who went to go buy guns or went to go buy a gun and couldn't.
Yes.
It's not that easy, guys. Especially not in the state of California, but even in other states. This was in Virginia, where
it was actually a Tim Pool video.
Yeah. Where somebody reporting for a left-leaning outlet decided they wanted to go buy a gun at Walmart because they thought it was, just to see what the process was.
Right.
First, they couldn't find a specific store.
They called for hours, like calling Walmarts. Trying to find Walmart that sells guns.
I don't think they do, don't they?
They do.
They do.
Oh, they do?
Not in California, but they do. Yeah.
They do.
But they normally they don't sell a whole lot. Like they don't sell handguns. They stopped selling handguns in the 90s.
They just have like rifles.
They don't.
And stuff like
they
that,
don't. They don't sell AR-15s. They stopped selling them in 2015.
You mean assault rifles?
Yeah, sure. If you want to call them that, why not? That's what the AR stands for, not Armalite rifle.
Not Armalite rifle. No,
it stands for
assault rifle. There's no such thing as an assault rifle, right? I mean, you can assault anybody with anything, right?
No.
I can assault you with this iPad.
And then it'll be an assault iPad.
It'll be an
it needs
assault.
to be banned.
No, assault with the cup.
Yeah. It's a pitcher or a jug? Assault
Assault
jugs.
jug. that looks like a sad Kool-Aid man.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a bootleg.
That's a bootleg Kool-Aid man.
It's Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid man.
Kool-Aid.
Pinche Kool-Aid man. Speaking of man and non-binary man, our homie over here is planking. He's bringing the planking back.
Bringing it back.
Yeah.
I mean, man, what was that like?
At a time.
What year was that? Was that 2010? That was like the big craze, right?
I don't remember.
You know what I remember from that? From the Pacquiao. Remember when they were making fun of Pacquiao?
When he got knocked out?
Oh.
Remember with Marquez?
No, was it Marquez? It was Marquez.
It was Marquez, yeah.
You're right.
He knocked him out, and then all of a sudden people started just posting videos
all
or
the memes.
pictures
All the
of
memes.
them.
All the memes.
I was like, damn.
All the memes. Speaking of boxing, there's going to be a rematch supposedly between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, right?
Yeah, they're trying to see
Well,
where they're gonna have it.
they've been saying that. Like, they actually, like, there was a thing floating around that it was going to be in Saudi Arabia in December. But I think just from listening to uh, the podcast that he was on with Joe Rogan, um, I don't think he wants to do it anywhere outside of the U.S. Like, in
Yeah,
reality,
yeah.
they want to do it in the U.S. Could be Madison Square Garden, could be Vegas. Vegas would be cool.
Vegas would be cool.
Well, Andy just posted right now. I guess. Oh, so I'm excited to announce my rematch with Anthony Joshua. Let's see. So it's gonna be. It is gonna be in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay. So I
Oh,
guess they
okay.
agreed to it then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
By the money.
Well, I mean, he did have some concerns of certain supplements. That's why he didn't want to do it anywhere in the UK. But I'm sure they probably have some sort of agreement for testing.
You know what would have been a good question to ask when when Jose was here? Ask him like, if is there? So you guys probably know. So say here in California and Vegas, and the supplements that are legal in Vegas, can you be okay and do it in Vegas, but not in California if it's not legal here? You know what I mean? Or in New York or something like that. Or it's all in the Federation where it's
I think
like
it's all
an
governed
umbrella.
by one.
It's governed by, well, but yes and no, because there's certain the reason why you bring that up, and the reason why I know that it's based on the state, on the athletic commission, is because they can have suspensions in certain states. Like, I think when John Jones failed for whatever supplements he was taking, I think he was suspended from fighting in California for a certain period of time.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So I don't know if other athletic commissions kind of piggyback on that. Like, if you get suspended here, can you go fight in Vegas and be okay? I don't know how that works, but I know they have some sort of determination. Like, they have some sort of say in that.
well, you know what that brings to mind too is when I just had him top of my head right now, but I forgot. I'm sorry.
You lost train of thought there, sir?
I did, and I had a good one too.
Ah, dang. It'll come back to you.
Yeah.
So Mr. Capone, I guess he's like tight with Andy Ruiz. Did you know he's Pakistani?
No,
Yeah, he's not even Mexican.
really.
Yeah, he's Pakistani.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There was I don't know. I don't know what nationality he was, but there was a guy at the smog shop down the street, the little smog in the corner,
Yeah.
that little smog place.
Oh, I go there to get my
Oh
small checks.
yeah. Oh,
The guy that
Rico's.
used to be there.
No, not Rico's.
What's up?
What happened?
I'm talking to someone.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
can't go inside or.
You want to keep talking to him? I mean,
What?
what if we want to talk to him too?
Yeah, we want to
Yeah.
talk to.
What?
Who are you talking to?
I can't
That's my
see
son.
my screen.
Well, you know where your screen is. It's over
I
there
know.
inside.
Yeah, I'm talking because I'm trying to look at. He's trying to find your video.
Oh, the podcast?
Oh, who?
He's gonna check it out.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
trying to put on Whiskey Talk with 3 dudes on Facebook.
Yeah, it's on there right now. It's live.
What? Wait, my dad knows it, but I don't know how to. Because he makes it so long and complicated.
Go to Whiskey Talk with 3 dudes on Facebook.
Facebook Live.
Okay.
All right. I forget what we were talking about now.
What were we talking about?
About the boxing commission and then the different regulations
Oh.
and stuff like. Oh, Muhammad Ali.
What-
When they
oh, okay.
suspended his license for boxing,
Mhm.
so he ended up boxing in Africa.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
That was a
Like
Thunder
that.
from Down Under.
Yeah. See, that what came to mind too.
And then they boxed in the Philippines, right?
The Thriller in Manila.
Yeah. Thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen that video of these? I think that it was these Syrian fighters. They were fighting a war in Syria, and I guess it was these dudes that got deported from LA,
Oh yeah.
and they were
shooting like through a wall, basically.
but they were like cholos though.
Yeah.
But they were like Syrian cholos. They were like,
They're
What?
Yeah, do you know
They're
what I'm
like we
No.
got the enemy over there, los enemigos.
Las enemigas.
Oh,
They
yeah,
call
las
it enemigas. It's a big shout out to all the homies in the barrio.
Yeah. They're over there just fucking shooting full auto AKs. They had those here too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they knew how to use them.
That's funny.
But yeah, I remember that. Oh, we were talking about the guy at the smog shop.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah,
right,
yeah,
Smog
yeah,
Shop guy.
yeah.
The one right here at the corner, the one by the taco spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But the guy that used to be there. I don't
Mhm.
think that guy's there anymore.
No?
No, they sold it.
Yeah, they sold it a long time ago. Because last time I went, it was a bunch of Mexican people. I was like, no. When I went, it was like this one dude.
It's an Arab dude, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know what nationality he was from exactly. But he was Mexican as fuck.
Oh yeah,
like
totally.
for being foreign, which he very obviously was. But
Super
he was,
Catholic too. He had the Virgin Mary picture up and stuff. And
Yeah, yeah.
Rosary and stuff. I
never
know. I think
been
he's still there. I think his son now
Oh,
kind of runs it, but he has mostly like Mexican dudes working there.
yeah,
But
yeah. I don't know.
that dude was cool as shit.
He was. It was one time we freaking
I hope he's still there.
snuck up on him. He fucking pulled a 1911 on me, or
Oh,
was going to. I was like, "Whoa, dude, what the fuck?" He's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Dude," because I used to know the guy. I used to go talk
Yeah.
to him, but yeah, he's like, "Oh,
That's
so you
crazy.
gotta be-" I'm like, "Damn, dude, I
Be
guess."
careful, I'd have shot your ass.
Shit, I would not have ended up well.
No.
No,
Not at all.
No.
But I hope he's still there.
yeah, I
he's-
don't know.
he's
I haven't
cool
seen
dude.
him, but I haven't been there in a long time. So
Because I went there like, when was it? Maybe like 2 years ago.
yeah,
And he was there.
I went. That's around the time I went when I got my Bronco.
It's probably a time he wasn't there. Then.
Yeah, I don't know. It was during the weekend. Maybe it doesn't work weekends. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, good times.
Good times indeed. Oh, dude, those fights we just watched.
Oh, last weekend?
Yeah, you were there at the fight. UFC.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't last
It was last week.
weekend. I think it was even the weekend before that.
Was it?
No. It was last weekend.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it was last. Well, I guess. Well, let me see.
So how was it being there live? I don't think we even talked about that.
It was awesome.
This was I want to say this was after the whole peanut butter fiasco.
No, I don't think so. Hold on.
No, because we had the peanut butter and he had to go to the fight the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was last week.
Hold on.
I believe.
I don't believe.
Oh, let me see. I don't know. It doesn't seem that way.
It seems like a lifetime.
When
Larry.
was it?
Seems like a lifetime ago.
So
What a
Yeah.
story, Mark.
yeah, because it was on August 17th. So yeah, I guess it was. It was. First of all, it was crazy. We got there. Right, almost like we sat down and then the first fight started, so we got there right on time. And then we stayed there. I snuck in a healthy sized flask of plastic flask of
Nice.
Jim Beam Distiller's Cut, and we polished that off pretty well into like right before the main event started.
Oh, damn.
So
Damn.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
made that thing last.
pretty toasty. But yeah, it was cool as fuck. The weird thing is, I've always watched UFC with commentary, and watching it in person, that like they don't have the commentary
Without
there.
commentary.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of crazy. Like it's just it
You
was.
just see the shots coming. Just
Well, it's like going to a baseball game, right? When
Yeah.
you,
But yeah, I mean, they
versus
don't-
watching on TV. You're,
well, no, it could because even in the baseball game, like they'll have some sort of infield like announcements. But-
yeah, I mean, but not as much as like on
Yeah,
TV,
no,
though.
no.
Not the same.
No,
yeah,
no, not the
It's
same.
like boxing too. Boxing don't have.
That's true. Yeah,
You know,
that's
You just
true.
hear the slap.
Yeah,
Slap.
And he goes, no, the ones
Smack,
that hurt.
smack.
Boom! Ah! Oh shit!
Speaking
Yeah.
of hurt, DC got hurt. Were you big sad about it?
I don't want to talk about it. Still
Dude,
big.
I
Still
was
big sad about
actually I wasn't rooting for DC.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was crazy because even before that, like the Paulo Costa / Yoel Romero fight,
Mm-hmm.
dude, people were fucking big mad about that one. Like I could see it. Like the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that confused me is I don't know how like I would have agreed with the decision if it was by split decision, but by unanimous decision, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I wanted, like it's one of those where you're like, you want to say Yoel Romero was robbed, but like you really can't.
Costas was more. He was more
Active,
putting
yeah.
the pressure on throughout the whole fight, mostly.
Yes and no. Like the problem is that and the
Uh-huh.
best fucking move of the night,
Yeah.
and I fucking caught it. And like even Costa was talking about it in the post fight interviews. Remember that guy from fucking Yard House where he pulled one of these and fucking pointed?
Yes, yeah.
He went like he pointed at something like over there, and then Costa looked and he fucking like just smashed him.
No, how did I miss that?
Dude, you have to watch it. You have to watch the fight again just for that moment. Like I caught it and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Wow.
He said, "Look at the door."
Yeah, he
Boom.
pointed, and then Costa was like, and then he just fucking boom, and he just fucking knocked him down. That first round was
Bro.
crazy. I argue that they both got knocked out that round. They just didn't fall.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, that was
That was
war, dude.
yeah, it was.
Those two suckers are huge, man.
Yeah,
And then somehow they both make weight at 185 pounds. I'm like, dude, these guys are easily over 200 pounds.
They have to be.
Yeah.
There's no way they're 180 something.
Dude, and fucking Yoel Romero is 42 years old, and he looks like a fucking, he looks like a fucking statue. Like the dude is fucking ripped.
He doesn't look a year over 30, we'll say.
The dude is in fucking excellent shape. That's some fucking amazing genetics right
that's
there.
the melanin, bro. Black don't crack.
They certainly
Look at me, dude.
doesn't.
I'm 60.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. Speaking of, your mom's birthday was recently,
It
and
was.
I saw pictures and I was like, dude, she looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She hasn't aged.
She hasn't
she
aged a
hasn't.
year, dude. Thank
It's-
God.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
she's 60, 62. No, what? No, 61. Sorry,
That's
61.
Wow, that's crazy.
that's crazy. I don't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't look her age at all.
No.
No.
People are like, your mom's 61? Like, yeah. I mean, they see my dad. My dad's like full on white
Wow.
hair.
Well, he had
everything.
white hair for.
Yeah,
well,
for
since I
a
know
long
him.
time. But
Yeah.
That's the thing. My dad too. My dad's had white hair ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
Now he just has more of it, but
Yeah.
he's had white hair since I remember.
Mhm.
But he still has all his hair.
yeah,
So
that's one thing I'm looking forward to. I don't want to go bald.
I mean,
I don't know. I think.
Sorry, Eddie.
Yeah.
You think you are?
I don't know.
Should try
Maybe.
keeps, bro. Honestly, I don't
Nah.
even know
No.
if that shit works.
Ah,
I was
probably.
telling Arlene, I was like, if it does, it happens. I'm just gonna fucking cut it off.
Just do it, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Just embrace it.
Yeah, I know.
Just
right?
bust a
Might as
Just-
well.
Carlos.
Just fucking.
Yeah.
Well, Carlos had no choice. I
Yeah.
mean, he started balding in
I
elementary
know.
school. But
He walked out all bald.
just pull a fucking Jason Statham. Fuck it. That fool fucking. I mean, he doesn't shave his head and he just cuts it short, and it's fine.
That's true. Yeah.
It's worse, I think.
0, please.
Yeah, it's worse when you try to hide it. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, dude,
Yeah.
we can tell. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of all the office, when that guy that has the little hair to the side and he puts a
Toupee.
toupee. It's
Oh,
so funny.
oh gosh, what's his name?
Kevin?
He's one Kevin.
Kevin,
He's
yeah.
one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
When he brings that pot of chili, just
When he busts
He's still trying to put it back in.
just give it back in. Oh gosh, that's a great show, dude.
Oh, did you hear that they're gonna take it off of Netflix in next year?
Are they?
Fuck.
Yeah,
That's
They're
fine.
putting it on.
Oh, so going back to the UFC fights.
Yeah.
Like, my brother and I were talking because I took my brother.
Mhm.
He had a blast. I had a blast. It was awesome watching it in person.
You guys drove over there, or you guys took the train?
No, he drove.
Oh, okay.
But it is surreal, like watching it in person, and it is one of those things. It's like when we went. I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't when we went to go watch boxing because it never filled up.
No.
But like we got there and it's like very few people, and
Mhm.
then like more people started showing up. More people started showing up, and then like these guys came up and they were like, "Oh, you guys are in our seats." And we're like, "Oh, we looked at our tickets." I'm like, "Oh, okay, we're a row down." So we moved a row.
Oh,
And then no sooner that we did that, I told my brother, I'm like, dude, imagine fucking like all these fucking great fights that have happened. Like we've got to watch fucking fights. The fight started at 3, or like 3:30. The first fight was at 3:30.
yeah.
All those fucking great fights. Imagine having tickets to this and then just showing up now.
Yeah.
And no sooner that I fucking said that, than the guy that fucking the guy from my work that stole my 2 tickets from me shows up. And he's like, "Oh, hey, Larry." I'm like, whatever. I didn't even turn to fucking look at him. I was so pissed
Mm-hmm.
because this
Yeah.
motherfucker stole 2 of the tickets just because he fucking could.
And he
Yeah.
got there all.
Yeah. So it was like that part. I was like, whatever. Like, I'm having a good time, but I'm not gonna fucking. I have no obligation to talk to you. You can go fuck yourself.
So we'll get back to the UFC thing, but I have a question. Where did Big Mad and Big Sad originate from? Is that like a recent thing that just like became popular? Because
Oh, the Big Mad thing came from. I want to say there was a. I forget the guy's name. Hold on. Let me see.
I'm not too hip with the lingo, but I think the first time I heard it was hearing you saying it. Big Mad and Big Sad. And I'm like, what? It makes sense, though. right?
Yeah.
You know, it's an amount of sadness.
Yeah.
Is that metric or is that
It's Imperial.
yeah, it's imperial? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, and speaking of Romero and Casa, that I wanted to play this here.
Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick ass boy.
A little too loud there. Both of
No,
them.
that's what I
Both
said
of
when
them,
when they got in there. I was like, some thick ass boys,
Bro, the way they move though for being that big,
But they were fast, though.
dude. It's crazy though. Like, and
it was like watching Rampage, like
It-
the game.
yeah, it is crazy though. Like, it's still like even remember when we went to go watch Muay Thai,
Mm-hmm.
how like the fights at the beginning, like they're a little bit slower. There's not like
Yeah.
that kind of still goes on. Like the difference between like kind of the lower cards and then like once you get to the main event, especially this one was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You notice like the movement is different, like they're a lot faster. Like it's surprising how somebody that big can move so
yeah,
fast.
there's levels to this shit. Man.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All that
that's-
conditioning, all that workout they do.
it's
fucking
crazy, man. Well, I mean, and then they have to be fucking
Well, yeah.
super fucking athletes just to be where they're at, dude. Like it's amazing.
No amateur can just go in there and just fucking fuck that.
Dude, how was the stadium when Nate Diaz walked in?
Dude, everybody just went nuts, man. I mean, you could hear it but it was, you hear it there, but
Yeah.
I mean, you hear it when you watch it on TV, but then to be there in person, like it's so much louder.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just, it's crazy. Like just, you know,
I forgot who he fought. I forgot his name. I have
Anthony
it on tip of my
Pettis.
tongue. And Pettis. Because I was watching some of the
Oscar Ariza.
pre-fight some of the pre-fight interviews, and he was like talking shit, like he was talking smack, saying like Nate Diaz is not as good as people say he is, and I'm gonna expose him. This and that. No, not
No.
that
Nah,
night.
son, nah.
No.
And the thing is too,
Although
and I believe him because he was saying the one thing that Nate Diaz is known for is his outstanding cardio. The guy just fucking has like he'll put on a pace and he just fucking keeps it going. But I noticed that he started slowing down right around like the second round.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So what he said during the post fight is that he's normally ready for 5 rounds, and he said that what he did is he kind of warmed up hard. Since he figured it was a 3-round fight, so he kind of wanted to fight, you know, as if he had already fought, you know, 2 rounds or whatever before even starting. Which was surprising to me because I saw him like start to slow down. I'm like, oh shit, is he tired already?
Yeah.
But then I saw Pettis was also tired,
Yeah.
so it kind of evened out. Like it was just it was.
So
it was
had he
crazy.
not warmed up that hard,
He probably would have been a little bit more.
I guess, man, they would have been over sooner.
so he evened out the odds then, I guess.
I
Because
guess
that dude's like he does all these like triathlon stuff, right? Like
Yeah, that guy's crazy.
He's nuts. And what tripped me out is like he's vegan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Him and his brother. Nick.
Yeah.
They were saying
Yeah.
They've been vegan since they were 18, which is, I mean, big ups to him. You know, whatever works for him and his diet.
yeah. I mean, obviously it works. The guy's fucking, and I mean, that was one of the fights where it's like I was split. Like I was like, my heart says Nate Diaz. I want him to win, but like just watching Pettis fight, like his past 2 fights.
You want
He's
him.
too good. It's like I don't know. Like I want to be convinced and saying that Diaz is gonna win. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But just watching how he came out and even called out Street Jesus.
He did.
That was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That would be a very interesting.
Shaq
fight.
was there.
Yeah. Big Shaq.
Shaq was there, dude. I saw him. I'm like, that motherfucker's huge. Like even from that far up, you can see that he's fucking huge.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Dang. Like
Yeah.
Andre the Giant, huge.
Yeah,
And he's all telling you behind him, you're all short. Down in front. Oh,
we saw
sorry,
when
my
we,
bad.
we saw when and it's funny we heard when Colby Covington walked in and everybody was like, oh boo. I'm like, well, I don't mind the guy, like he's
It's because he's a big
he's a
Trump supporter, right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. He
Yeah,
was
that's
wearing
why.
he was wearing the red hat and people were like, oh, Colby sucks. I'm like, dude, how do you say Colby sucks when he just had a fucking war with fucking his previous fight, he threw the most strikes ever in a UFC fight.
Record strike.
that's
It was
right,
over
yeah.
500.
I don't remember
It
what
was
the
over
actual
500.
number
And then
was.
the I think Eric Trump was there, right? Or
Yeah, both of them.
both of them, right?
Yeah, Don Jr. and
Don
and
Jr. Yeah.
they were both there. So apparently, I think that they said that Donald might be there for the next one at Madison Square Garden.
Really?
But who knows? I mean, I don't know. I
Don
don't know how that.
Siever?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
The
The actual
our
president.
chief emperor,
Yeah, the God Emperor.
the god emperor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The Master Troll. Speaking of, he recently signed a bill.
Mhm.
And I want to see how this gets spun by the media.
Oh, it's going to do anything he does that's positive. They'll spin into a negative thing, like oh he's
So this
But-
it was a bill for student debt forgiveness for veterans that are that are 100% disabled,
Mhm.
or it was not 100% specific because that's actually a designation, but like disabled veterans. We'll see what the actual criteria is or how that ends up being, but it's for veterans who are a lot of them are in default for student loans. But they're disabled, so they can't necessarily work to pay that back. I've seen people like, oh, well, how are they in debt? Like they have the GI Bill. Yeah, it doesn't really work that way. Some of them actually went into the military with student debt. Some of them came out. Some of them maybe don't want to get into student debt. So there's a process now to apply for it, but apparently it's really an onerous process. And I guess his direction was to simplify that process. So we'll see. I've already seen a lot of people like, "Oh yeah, good, but that needs to continue." Continue for what? For everyone? Like, is that what you like? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, I'm not okay with that. Like, if you took student debt on to go to college and study feminist dance theory, and now you can't find a job to pay that back, I'm sorry. Like you should have done something better with that.
You should research it.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, even my wife was telling me about somebody, and I don't want to give any specifics, but she was telling me about somebody who just graduated recently with a bachelor's degree, in some sort of clinical studies where, like, you could work at a hospital and in doing labs and stuff like that. But saying that she hasn't really found any job openings or anything like that, but she's working at Taco Bell. And I'm not knocking it because at least she's working, she's doing something.
Yeah.
But my wife and I were talking, and it's like, man, like, I guess it's a difference and I don't want to say it's generational, right? Because people are different. I mean, there's these type of people in our generation too, where they don't teach you, like, you go to college, you pay all this money. What they don't teach you is, like, maybe, hey, like, just go to Kaiser and be like, hey, look, because we used to have volunteers when I worked there in the IT department. They were volunteers. Go and volunteer. Work for somewhere in the hospital. There's always, like, there's positions where you can go and volunteer and work and network and like next time they're hiring, then maybe say, hey, like the biggest thing that I was like, look, like I told my wife, I'm like, the biggest thing that I've seen that helps is when you send your resume into somebody and you can attach 2 or 3 letters of recommendation. Like, if nothing else, if you don't, even if you volunteer somewhere, but they don't or they can't hire you, say, hey, that's cool. Like, I realize that there's no opportunities for this position here, but can you do me a favor and write me a letter of recommendation? Yeah. And can I use you as a reference? That goes a long way, especially in the medical field, because it's very small. Like, as much as people want to think that it's big, like regionally, even here in California, like you'll meet people that like, oh yeah, I used to work there, but I transferred over to this place. Like, and do you know so and so? Like, I mean, that happened to me as an IT person.
Networking's huge, man. It can take you far.
Yeah.
Because
it's simple, and
that's the
relationships.
And that's the thing. It's like, if you have a college degree, that's cool. A lot of places, some places. I can't tell you the number of jobs that I've had that required a bachelor's degree as a minimum. And I don't even have an associate's, and I worked there. But it's because I would show up to places with, 5, 6, 10 years of experience. in the field. That goes a long way. If you can trade experience for a lot more. I mean, we had a guy when I was working overseas that had a pretty high certification in networking and had a master's degree and liked to brag about it. But when he showed up, like he fucked up a project right away as soon as he got there, which I did too. But mine was an easier thing to explain.
I think I remember.
Yeah, I took the whole network down there within like being there for like a couple of days. But I was able to explain it. It made sense. But this guy, like, you have a certification, you brag about your certification, you brag about your college education, but the Indian guy that worked with us that didn't have any of that, we taught him on the job in the few months that he was there with us. I mean, he would run circles around this guy. This guy didn't even know how to like. We handed this guy the configuration file when he said, "Here's a network switch.
Yeah,
configure it." He didn't even know how to do that.
Dude, let me tell you about an experience I had at working at the vet clinic. So there was this doctor that was fresh out of vet school. Didn't really do any like volunteer work or nothing like that or whatnot. But couldn't really do much because she was so much of like being by the book and like and like the main doctor that was there was like, look, like you can't go straight by just the book. Sometimes you gotta
go by feeling.
Go by feeling and
you develop that through experience,
circumvent it and stuff. But she was just very so adamant about just being by the book. And
well, that's the thing that surprises Jen when I tell her that we used to do X-rays.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it was not much.
There's not. I mean, there's not much to it, but there kind of is. Like, but we learned it hands on.
You had to know the lingo, the lateral, anterior, posterior, and all that stuff. What
does that mean? Put him on his side. I was like, oh, okay, got it.
And seeing the bones stuff, and like I know it surprised Rebecca too. Like when I was like, oh, let me see the X-ray of your broken toe, and I showed her where the the break was and fracture. She's like, how did dude? I used to do this stuff. I used to before I would even give the X-ray to like the doctors, I'd be like, oh,
remember that one dog that we X-rayed? I think you were there because you were one of my trainers there. But remember when we X-rayed the dog and like the dog was sick of something like unrelated, but we found pellets inside the dog in the X-ray?
We did. Yeah, I was there.
I was like, dude, that's so fucked up.
That is.
And apparently it was the neighbor that fucking would shoot the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people are fucked, man.
That was crazy.
Yeah, like we would find some crazy stuff, but yeah.
See, like, oh, you can count the amount of dogs like that were in, like, because the pregnant dogs and stuff, or you see where it's broken, or like hip dysplasia and
But that was the best, like, on the job training. Like,
not just that, but think about it, right? This is like, this is the part that tripped me out about the whole thing with, shooting X-rays for, what was it? I think it was OFA.
Yeah,
shooting X-rays for that. These X-rays, I mean, we're fucking kids out of high school that didn't go to fucking any. We didn't have any like training in terms of like.
We majored in partying and drinking.
Dude, yes,
and go to the meetings hungover or just
still drunk.
Hungover, still drunk.
Yeah, but we sent X-rays to OFA, and we never heard like, oh, this is a bad X-ray, or never got kicked back to us.
Nope.
To diagnose propensity for hip dysplasia. That's the part that trips me out. It's like, dude, like
this weren't just over.
Like it wasn't just like, oh, we just would shoot him and then the doctors more for the most part that's what it was is we would shoot X-rays there, the doctors would look at him and it was in house and if it was a fucked up X-ray, well, they could kind of work around it, but no, like I never saw that.
I didn't either, but we would make sure it was right though.
Yeah,
we would take multiple shots and be like, okay, nope, move too much.
Yeah,
hold him still.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that was the thing.
He had to turn the leg a certain way.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that like it was funny because the other day we were at dinner and my daughter was watching her iPad and she put her iPad against like the napkin holder and the napkin holder was like this. And then it was kind of sliding, so I grabbed the napkin holder and turned it this way and then put her iPad there.
Because it was great, yeah.
And then it held and then just like I didn't think anything of it, and apparently, I was just like whatever, and it worked. I was just like, oh, okay, finished my dinner, And then Jen was like, she's like, you did something earlier that was like, I was kind of impressed by. I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, like, you know how you turn the napkin holder? She was like, you would have been a good x-ray tech. I'm like, you forget, like,
We were
you,
X-ray
you
techs.
were. And she's like, no, but like, you know, because you know, you do things and you kind of like think outside the box. It's like, well, yeah, like that's what I do. Like,
That's what you had to do.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
were now. Yeah,
X-ray techs. We were anesthesiologists. We were
pharmacists.
pharmacists.
Yes.
We were OR nurses or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I used to do dentals, so I was a dentist.
Yeah,
I
sure.
used to clean the teeth of the dogs, so I was
Yeah.
a, you know, dental hygienist, I guess you can call
Yeah.
it, giving vaccinations.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, that is the one thing is like I did enjoy working there. It was cool.
That's
For
why I
some
wouldn't.
some days it sucked, but
Yeah,
I mean,
most-
it sucked with friends, so it's different, you know.
Yeah.
when you're suffering with friends, it's different.
Yeah. Just makes beer taste so much better. later.
Afterwards, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
especially those Mickey's fucking 40s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you
Jeez.
guys remember the croissant breakfast sandwiches from across the
Dude.
Across the
street?
street.
The ham and cheese, son.
Oh, those ham and cheese
Those
sandwiches.
things are legit.
Yeah, we used to go. Oh, that or the kind that saw the kind. I don't know if you guys ever went when they had the kind that saw the quesadillas
Where at?
over here by front of the Real Market by Mission.
No.
No.
Every time after when lunch, because you know how we used to get 2-hour lunches, we all used to go down
Or
there.
4 if you sleep.
Yeah, you had somebody clock you
If you
in,
had somebody
give him the
clock you
badge.
in.
Here's my badge. He's like, I'll be back later.
I'm running late. Clock me in. 2
No.
hours later.
Not even 2 hours later. Remember that time Victor came in? He had like 2 hours left on the clock.
They finally came in.
Yeah.
Well, because nobody, no.
Dude, there were so many employees. It was hard to keep
It was
track
hard
of
to
who
tell.
was really
Where's
there.
what's his name? Oh, he's out there somewhere doing
He's
something.
down the back. Oh, okay. We would cover for each other.
Yeah.
That was a funny. Oh gosh, that was the funniest thing ever.
Good
I
times,
fell
good
asleep in the bathroom for like 4 good hours. I want to say
That shit was small.
Dude,
Yep.
yeah.
Dude, because he put the toilet paper roll on the door. Like, this is how small it was.
Yeah.
You put the toilet paper door on the roll and fell asleep like that, like
Yeah,
leaning forward.
yeah.
Like, that's how small that bathroom was.
Yeah, and then it was all tagged up. Like there was a
Yeah.
bunch of writing in there and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
comics and stuff.
Everybody would just start just.
One of my favorite parts was like, Edgar, tie your shoes or go home. Okay. Dude. Just go home.
He said, "Hey,
Yeah.
don't tell me that next time, man."
Yeah. Dustin, you can't wear those pants. Look, your pants should be like Gerardo's. And Dustin, Gerardo, go home and change your pants like 2 hours later.
God rest his soul, dude. Oh,
God.
Jeebus, I can't believe he's gone.
Fuck, man.
That's crazy.
Rest in
I
peace.
can't
Dr.
believe his
Wishes.
wife is still around.
I know, man.
How old must she be now? She was old as fuck
She
when
has to
we
be
were
up,
there.
Bro,
Oh, I know.
yeah, she was, dude. What was I gonna say? One of my cousin's friend, he posted on Facebook. He was like, "I'm looking for a dentist. Do you guys recommend a good dentist?" And somebody commented, "Dr. Butch."
That's funny.
Man, I haven't been there in ages. I don't even know what the
either.
place looks like now.
I don't
No,
know.
I don't know.
So is the other building open? I have no idea if it's
No, it's not open.
It's
yet.
not open yet,
Mm-mm.
dude. So many years, decades. I mean, they finally got it built.
Yeah.
They're probably waiting for some like code stuff.
Yeah, there must be.
It's,
It
Or
must.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure that, I mean, if it's just sitting there.
I think they had beef with the city.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Probably wanted more money from them.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
You know,
for
that's
sure.
how that goes. Because they were like, oh, we see how many people. Who knows? Like,
Yeah.
but I mean,
kidding.
for good care and I mean, and that's the thing is like, yeah, it was hard to work there. Yeah, there was times when it sucked or whatever, but I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to take any of my pets there.
Great
No.
doctors.
No.
Yeah, always
Excellent.
always good, always good.
Even with the clients too. I mean, they took care of the clients.
Oh, yeah.
Even if someone had a hardship, they would work with them.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll put them on a payment process or payment.
Yeah.
yeah,
Really understand people. They were cool. I mean, like you said, during work, it sucked. But outside of work, even when you see them outside of work, totally different people.
Yeah.
It was night and day.
Yeah.
But, I get it. It's
Yeah.
business.
yeah.
And you're working with teenagers. You got to be like that.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Because if it would have been like, dude, it would have been a fucking madhouse if it wasn't as strict as it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and we fucked around already, like
Oh,
All
Dude,
the time.
constantly.
all the time.
constantly. So I mean, can you imagine if they were fucking any like less strict?
The amount of hazing that would go on in there.
Jeez.
The initiation ritual of taking a dead cat and scaring someone.
That didn't work for me because I already knew about it.
I did too.
Yeah.
But I remember they had told me a story that they made someone cry thinking that they actually did kill the cat.
Oh, fuck.
But
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah. Well, that
Remember
was...
that, Eddie?
I probably do.
Well, and then there was the time that somebody actually killed the dog
Yeah.
because they moved the dog and they didn't move the fan in front of the crate.
Oh, dude. Expensive dog.
I was there for that. I was like, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah. That was in my group.
That was in your group?
That was one of the
Really?
girls. That was one of the girls in my group.
Oh,
Dang.
damn.
I was in your group, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were one of the first.
Yeah.
I think it was you and I were one of the first there. Then the
I
rest.
think I
of
only made
everybody.
it to green shirt.
Green
Actually,
shirt?
Yeah.
And Alex was the one that got us in.
That's right.
Alex and then Ken.
Well, Ken's been there.
I think he's still there. Is he still there?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's still there.
I don't know.
I know the whatchamacallit, Somalians?
No, they're still there. I see them all the time.
Ethiopians, dude.
Ethiopians. Sorry.
Fuck.
Wrong country.
Wow.
My bad.
No, they're still from the same country. Africa's a country, right?
For the longest time, I really thought it was a country, but that's when I was younger, though.
Yeah.
Until I found out it was a continent, and they're all different. So I thought Africa was a country, and then the rest were states.
Yeah.
Totally wrong. Speaking of states, we're trying to buy a Greenland. You know, and people are.
I did.
yeah.
I heard about that, but I didn't look into it.
Yeah. So I guess Trump was curious to see if maybe we can acquire Greenland as a territory of the United States, which people are mocking him, saying, "Oh, stupid ass." But it makes sense. The amount of resources that Greenland has, and all that stuff, all the geothermal power, and all the different minerals and stuff like that. Dude,
Why not?
Why
Yeah.
not? Why not look into purchasing it? But they said no, so it's like, all right.
All right.
Didn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
It made sense to me, at least.
Yeah.
They could have probably found some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I want to talk about.
Oh, dude, the feud. All right, we gotta settle this.
We have to settle this.
So somebody asked me, they're like, "Where did this come from?" I'm like, I don't know. Like, did it come from because Popeye started selling chicken sandwiches, or did they already sell them?
I think they started selling.
They
the
started
chicken.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
then
didn't
that
have
makes
before.
sense. So that's probably where it came from.
Because I don't think they had them before.
No.
No.
Don't have like the
Look,
wings or the
for actual chicken, like like if you're comparing like fried chicken places, like KFC, I'm sorry, no,
Yeah, no.
no, I go to like if I want fried chicken, like I'll go to Popeyes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah.
But if I want a chicken sandwich, I gotta go with the Jesus chicken. I'm sorry. It's the Lord's chicken. Like, it's just, I mean, how much better than that does it get?
Plus all the sauce you want.
Yeah.
All the sauce you
There's some
want.
good
And
sauces, too.
excellent service, son. That's the biggest thing, is the excellent service. You know why it tastes better? Because they put love into it.
That's what it
Dang,
is.
that's right.
That's
That's
what it is.
I'm curious to try it though. I'm not opposed to trying.
Well, you saw
Popeyes.
you saw the sign that Carlos sent
Mhm.
that it was an hour and a half wait for chicken sandwiches. I'm like, dude,
But I sent the article. Why though?
I don't think because that was in Ontario. The picture. Yeah.
Oh, the picture in Ontario.
The picture was the picture of the
Yeah.
sign was from Ontario. That strip club,
Damn.
that
Oh,
strip club giving
wow.
out chicken sandwiches. I don't know where they're from.
Oh, they're Texas. So there was this Texas strip club that was not selling, but they bought Popeye's chicken sandwiches for all their patrons.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
chicken strippers,
Yeah,
Strip.
Get it.
burrs. But I don't know. I guess that's
Naked
what they did. But that's crazy. An hour wait for a
an
sandwich.
hour and a half.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No,
I'm like, no.
Jesus chicken wouldn't make you wait that long.
No. Well, they make you wait 24 hours, but that's only on Sunday.
On Sundays, it's
So-
understandable.
Yeah, but this was on a Thursday.
Yeah,
On a Thursday, Chick-fil-A is not going to make you wait an hour and a half.
that's true. They have like 11 people working outside just for your order. You need
Well-
sauces? Here you go.
That's the thing. It's like, that always trips me out because, like, you ask them for sauce and they're like, well, how many? 4. I don't know. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
contemplating. You're like,
and then they'll
I
give
don't
you
want to fuck
4.
myself. Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then that's the thing is like if you go back and you ask them for a few more, they'll give you a few more.
Yeah.
And then if you have leftover, they have this spot where you can just leave the leftover, the sauces you didn't use. Because in most places, you just toss them,
Yeah.
or you take them home, like me. I just take them home.
Dude, speaking of crazy amounts of sauce, do you remember the picture I sent you guys of the freaking ketchup and spicy ketchup I got from Baker's?
Yeah.
It was an absurd amount. That was just ridiculous.
I love that spicy ketchup from Baker's.
It is, but the thing is now they don't have like the numbered meals anymore.
Oh, no, they don't. Yeah. They
Yeah.
have in packages or something like that.
Yeah,
You have to
it's-
choose the package.
It's Mama Meal, Papa Meal,
They
then
don't
whatever.
No, they don't even have that anymore.
No?
No.
Last time I went, they had the Mama Meal, Papa Meal.
When's the last time you went?
Uh,
Had to have been months ago.
no. This was like maybe 3-4 weeks ago.
Well,
Yeah.
because now they have where
It's longer than that.
you pick your hamburger, and they do have it because they'll say if you want a Papa Mama or what do you want to make it, a Papa Mama or
Yeah, I don't know, but it's not the same thing. Like,
No, it's not. It's
Like
different.
you
No, it
can't
used to
tell
be
some,
numbers.
Yeah, you can't tell somebody get me a Papa Meal #1. Like they're
No, you
they're
can't.
like
No, you can't do that no more. You gotta say like I have a Papa Meal with the double baker or whatever, the double
Yeah.
baker.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
You know, and but yeah, it's not like I have a Mama Meal #1 or like you said, they don't have that. No.
yeah, no.
But they do have the Mama Meal, Papa Meal thing. Like that's the
Oh,
options. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was the fire in the Amazon.
aren't they accusing the president or something or something like that?
These
I heard a little bit about
eco-fascists are crying
Yeah.
about it. It's don't get me wrong. It's sad. I mean,
Yeah.
it does burn from what I think I read, it burns every year. But this year's like
Worse.
really bad. You know, and it is alarming because they do say that Amazon is the lungs of the world or whatnot. So yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
These smoking trees.
Yeah, I didn't really get to look into that when I saw that. I saw that like earlier today, and I was like, oh shit! Like somebody brought it up.
Yeah.
I didn't get to look into it. So I don't know
But
too
yeah,
many of the details.
The thing that bothers me is people are blaming this is capitalism. This is capitalism. This is what capitalism does, as they're tweeting from their capitalist iPhones and stuff.
On a platform that makes money,
Right.
Off of,
Off of capitalism.
Yeah.
While they're at their jobs
Yeah,
that they're making money off of, which is capitalism.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't know what these people think a better alternative is. Other than just give me free stuff, which that it doesn't work that way.
Dude.
Give us free.
Yeah, college.
Free.
Oh man,
Damn, Daniel.
I think it's about that time to stop.
Yeah.
How about
I
you
think
guys?
so.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't
gotta-
know. It's been pretty slow. Like I said, I haven't really kept up with. Like I'm kind of okay with it.
I am too.
Like it's been busy the past couple of weeks. Like I'm watching other stuff. Like
I've been trying to cut back on the whole political thing because it drives me crazy, especially reading like the comments and stuff like that. The amount of stupid just
yeah. Well, that's the thing.
oh,
Yeah.
That's the thing is like, I'll look at a story, and then I scroll like 2 or 3 comments down, and I'm like, yep, this is about what I expected, and then I just leave it at that.
and then I have to do everything in my power to not comment and be like, bruh, like,
You're like, no.
but it never ends well though.
No,
Never ends well.
no.
Doesn't matter what you say. That's not it, Chief. That's not it, Chief. It's like, I'm not Native American,
Yeah,
but
I'm not in the Navy either, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know where that comes from either. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time. I don't think we'll be able to podcast next week. I'm gonna be going to Tucson, Arizona. I'm gonna be picking up there's this whiskey that just came out recently in Tucson that I'm excited to pick up a bottle of. It's called Six Sky. So
Sixth guy.
I'm picking that up next week, hopefully, God willing.
All right.
Thank you guys. Peace.
See you.
Bye.